know. Maybe they probably felt that they were in a corner and that if they let EG have it, it would be even like a lot worse. And maybe that's true.
But the strength of Evil Genius's roster is that they don't necessarily need to pick up the Visage to have a good game with the Drow Ranger, honestly.
Even just the puck is going to be so scary with having the permanent benefit from Drow's agility.
We talked about Fear's puck in the last game. And, I mean, I'd almost say it's legendary at this point. He's quite the player. And just seeing him work his fingers on the keyboard when he plays this hero is absolutely ridiculous. So, I mean, the guy's a legend. Let's put it that way. Burmester was going to get picked up for Virtus.pro Polar, though, and this is okay. This is a fine pick.
Would you call him a living Dota legend?
I would. I would call him that.
All right. Yeah, the Brew, just still trying to pick... Okay, Phoenix. Cool.
Now, PPD Flames pickers at the Summit too, and now he picks it, so you can't win with Peter. That's
some serious Pro, in my opinion. He's just trying to get other people to think it's bad so he can secretly pick it himself. It's gonna be Zai Phoenix. I'm excited to see this. Phoenix is a very interesting hero. I definitely think this 4 role with the Dazzle being more gold starved is appropriate. Phoenix has some serious mana issues. Like, the hero in a support role, like, it's tough to make sure you get out all your spells before you egg. And if you don't have egg, same situation. Like, at the very least, he's going to need a wand on top of his Tranquil Boots. I think Dazzle will probably have to be the mech carrier, just because I don't think Phoenix support has the mana to handle it. Like, if you look at this hero's stat gain, it's a 1.8 int per level off a base of 18. That's horrible.
That's not very good. That is not very good. Zai is maybe going to have a bit of a rough time until he can get some sort of, I guess, big item coming out for him. But
I mean, wand will help quite a bit. But even so, like, Zai's gonna want to steal some farm sooner or later.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're gonna. That's the good thing about Evil Genius, is that they give Zai so much farm so often. It's not a huge surprise that you know, he'll probably get farmed this game. And well, will Virtus.pro give away the bounty route?
They're gonna fight for it this time.
They're gonna try to go on Arteezy. Tether slow. No pounce. They have Essence Shift. Gush comes out. Arteezy's actually dead. I think he's gonna try to deny himself. And Illidan gets the first blood, and that bounty rune, well, it might go to Virtus.pro Polar this time, as you have a bounty rune getting picked up by DK Phobos, and Mag grabs the other one. So all of a sudden, and what was the issue in the early game for Virtus.pro Polar last game becomes a big boon.
This
they
is
get
huge.
So much.
Yeah, this is the first blood and 2 rune start is a very, very, very big deal. And I think EG was like, well, first game they had a good level 1 composition, so why, like, and they didn't even try, so why, I guess we'll just get 2 free runes again. But Polar's like, no, we're gonna try for it. Essence Shift is really devastating level 1. I mean, he did so much like damage to Arteezy there just by
Arteezy got chewed through with those abilities, but he will head back to the top lane. And
so that's Drow has 17 starting strength, so it took him down to 11 plus obviously the 2 circlets. Cool build, by the way, double circlet to start out with. This is another.
He did this last game as well. Go into the double Wraith Banner or something. I'm not even sure. We'll see.
Well,
it sounds like
cheap now, so
yeah. Honestly, Arteezy he's good to go. He's going to just try to do as much damage to Mag as possible. And Mag won't be able to get close to an Anchor Smash. This is going to be a pretty good lane for Artur. And it's a really good thing that they did get that first blood. Otherwise, I think this would be a very tough lane to begin with. So
I agree. Very interesting lanes here. I mean, it's Universe Puck. So we were talking about the Fear Puck, but it's actually Universe Puck, 2v2 lane bottom, Visage and Brew versus... Oh, actually, Trouble
Will's dead?
Yeah,
he's Soul Submission. Universe might down to the creeps, and he will. Oh, Zai couldn't take the aggro quickly enough, but they still get the kill anyways on the Lil.
I mean, yeah, it's a 1-for-1 trade. But yeah, this is not a lane I'm super familiar with. Brew Visage versus Puck Phoenix. And then
I don't think I've ever seen this lane.
Mid is Veno Dazzle versus obviously Slark Wisp.
Slark IO is not surprising. The Veno Dazzle kind of is.
Veno Dazzle, boys.
I don't understand. It could go well, it could go terribly wrong, but as it stands right now,
it's mostly just to prevent the Veno getting blown out otherwise, because Veno is pretty dang slow. Like, once Slark pounces on him, if it's a 1v2, Like, TP support will not come in time for the Venom to knock
Yeah,
out.
I imagine Grave early on if they do decide to go on him for PBD again.
Yeah.
We saw it last game. It's not the most, you don't see it too often to get Grave super early, but I think this game is one of those games. And a lot of it is situational, obviously, so. And surprisingly, despite RTZ having a pretty good lane top, I mean, you have a Tidehunter with 12 last hits. Anchor Smash is going to do work.
Yeah.
This guy is having a great time.
I mean, it's just that Kraken Shell, like, that didn't get a nerf. It's 20 damage reduction, and Drow attacks so slowly early on before 6 that, like, Tidehunter's just shrugging off most of the damage she's throwing at him. Yeah, I mean, he's walking up to her.
Once RTZ does get 6, though, this lane gets a bit more difficult for the Tidehunter, obviously.
I totally agree.
We'll have to wait and see. I mean, he does have 14 last hits. He'll continue to see us, and a couple of kills going across the map now. And it looks like RTZ is going to go for 2 Wraith Bands. Fear sitting in the mid lane has boots, a couple of regeneration tangos, and the Wraith Band as well. Illidan going to get Shadow Waved up, taking some damage. He has the Orb of Venom as well, so they really, I think, were invested in getting a kill early on. Now they're going to roam it again, and I've seen this movie before, but they do just steal the creep wave down bottom, and now they're going to back up towards the tower. Nothing happening here. Zai sitting at level 2, Universe sitting at level 3, so I am concerned about this lane coming out for Evil Geniuses. His Phobos is level 4. They're going to jaunt in. Little Universe just kind of harasses him a bit. They don't get Soul Assumption. He can bait out the Soul Assumption and Phase Shift. It would be pretty nice.
Yeah, that would be huge for sure. That would be definitely one fight if that happened. But, I mean, it looked like Lil was smart to not overly commit until he saw what Universe was actually trying to do.
Zai is not able to aim his Fire Spirits, unfortunately. Grave Chill onto Zai. He has Icarus dive. He's got to use it and pop it off. And that'll be on cooldown, but he's fine. And this does leave Universe somewhat alone here now. Phase Shift is going to go. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Io and Slark going to work. FNG looks to get the kill onto the Dazzle. Can Fear get the rebound kill? Absolutely. Illidan Essence shifting. But it's a 1-for-1 trade in the end. And, yeah, it's a pretty good trade at that, I think. Because Slark lives and Fear lives. So it's actually kind of even when you think about it.
Yeah, I think it's even. It's actually slightly EG favored because Polar ends up needing to eat the rune with Slark rather than bottling it. So that's actually not a small deal. It's important.
Uh-oh. RTZ might have seen him come up here to this top lane.
I think this Visage might be dead.
Oh, I think RTZ might be dead. TP. Pounce is going to go in the Gush as well. RTZ's taking too much damage, and they will have some follow-up here from Zai. Zai canceled. RTZ's not dead yet. Illidan is in some trouble. Illidan's going to fall to the right click of Zai, and FNG's going to die as well, it looks like. RTZ's getting Gush. Mag wants this kill. The laser is going to heal Artor, but it's not enough. And now Mag gets away scot-free. He's got Ravage. Is he going to Ravage? Absolutely. Zai Anchor Smash. He was not ready for the 6. Mag pops it off. The tentacles, the 9-tentacle surprise comes out from Virtus.pro Polar as they get the kill.
It looks like more than 9 tentacles, but
yeah,
I
like
catch
20
your
or something.
meaning. I catch your drift. Wow, yeah, great play from Mag. Good hustle to get that Ravage out. I'm relieved to see that Zai is going a sensible build on Phoenix. A lot of times, and even with very, very good players. Fear. This is trouble.
He's in deep trouble. In fact, he's already been pounced. He's going to get Soul Assumptioned, and the aggression from Virtus.pro Polar is certainly a lot better. They had the same amount of kills that they ended the last game with, by the way, so this is a good start.
True. And it's 5 minutes in, we got 11 kills. But looking at these lineups, this is definitely kill-friendly. Ooh,
Winning
they're
Rift.
going in, meanwhile, on Phobos.
But Phobos is going to try to TP. I don't think he's going to... He actually just TPs out. He's not going to die in that situation.
Phoenix has no burst. It's all damage over time. So.
I'm going to laser you and do no damage to you all at the same time. Like,
I mean, I'm glad he has laser. It's been driving me a little bit crazy to see a lot of support Phoenixes being played without leveling the laser until 10. I think Sunray at 4, even if you leave it at 1 point, is almost like mandatory. I don't think it makes sense to, because if you look at the scaling on Icarus Dive, it's one of the worst scaling spells in the entire game.
Yes.
It only adds 80 total damage. That's it. Nothing else changes per rank.
It's not great.
Yeah.
But Fire Spirits is what you really want, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the ability, man. And then obviously Supernova. He does have a Precision Aura, so he actually has a lot of bonus damage. I believe Artor is 6. In fact, he's 7 currently. He is getting up there in terms of his farm. And we'll see how he transitions into this mid to late game, because you look at a Drow Ranger and you think, we talked about this yesterday, it's a very solid mid to late game hero, like right around that mid game, and he can start pressuring, and especially with Fear, which by the way, I don't think wards get affected. No, they don't. No bonus damage for the Plague Wards, unfortunately, but still, Fear himself has plenty of base damage. They can start pressuring towers pretty soon with these Plague Wards. On the other side of things, FNG. Does Zai spot him out? He has vision? No, he doesn't see him. They don't see each other. This is awkward. This is very awkward.
It is. That's so funny.
Who's gonna walk out first?
It looks like a Mexican standoff, but it's really not. They just don't see each other.
They just don't know either person is there. It's very awkward. Now they will see them. Tether coming in. There's the poison number from Fear, and they're going to keep him alive with the Shadow Wave. Illidan, I think he popped the Shadow Dance. There's going to be the usage of the Grave. Big Ravage, Dream Coil. Is there a Waning Rift? Everybody is getting low. Illidan's still diving. He might fall. Your Dark Pack PPD. He is going to get 2. It's a 2 for 1. 3 for 2, actually, as across the map. Yeah. Things are happening elsewhere. Or maybe not. I think that was just mid.
Yeah, it's just mid. A lot of action in mid, and I mean, you had both bottom lanes rotating to help out. Yeah. Brewer did almost nothing, honestly. He didn't necessarily need to be there, but I think Puck was very critical to throwing in that burst damage, the Dream Coil, the Illusory Orb.
Still very early game, very even game, and you look at it how it stands out right now. Mag's going to have a Blink Dagger very soon, and this is the issue, is that everything was pretty even up until I think he gets this Blink Dagger, and all of a sudden this becomes an issue because Universe is not. Well, actually, he is pretty close to a Blink Dagger, sitting at 1900 gold, and that's pretty good. So, all right, both offlaners getting Blink soon. Zai is maybe going to get killed by Phobos.
He can die.
Fire Spirits.
He should be fine.
Yeah. So he's okay. Almost level 6, by the way. So Supernova could be huge.
Absolutely.
Is it going to be an Axe game though for Zai? We'll have to wait and see. I don't
know. Decent question. He could. Puck and Veno are probably your most likely Ags targets, but I don't know. We'll see if it even goes that long. Ags is very, very situational. It's amazing with Terrorblade, but they don't have like a Terrorblade tier person to use it on.
Yeah, it's not really long cooldown heroes. I don't know if Aghanims is all that great. I mean, it keeps your carry alive if he's in a bad situation.
Yeah, it's mainly you could bail out the Veno because Veno is a hero that dies very quickly. But
yeah. I'm not even sure they need that. I mean, if Fear builds like an Aghanim Scepter, hits his R button, and he just dies, his job is already done as long as he gets off a good Poison Nova. So.
I don't necessarily think. Maybe you can get the Drow when Slark jumps on her and like Shadow Dances. That's the only other option. I mean, it's kind of like it's whatever, right? Like this is assuming he even gets the farm to do that. Right now he's just going for Urn, which is a good solid. Like obviously it's healing, which is important for him, and it's mana regen, which is very important.
Yeah. It might be a mech at some point in time for Zai. We see mechs from time to time in Phoenix. At least it's the pub build. I'm not sure what they build.
I think Dazzle has to take the mech because of the difference in the recent mech change that made it cost more mana. Yeah. I just don't feel like Phoenix has the mana pool to effectively use it. I think Dazzle with his 3.4 int gain is a great mech carrier.
Well, it's going to be a while before they get a mech up on either side, I think. And for Evil Geniuses, Illidan. We talked about this, buddy. Just fan for RTZ at this point.
We might see.
And there's an of top.
All right, so
idea. Hollow Guy IO and the shout out to Team Sad.
Blame shifting or whatever.
I didn't even see it. That's unfortunate.
Died to neutrals and
we're back into the game. We're gonna try to. Take our clown shoes off and hopefully get back into the game the way it was meant to be played. Zai, now currently with an Invis rune, scouting behind enemy lines. He does have Supernova. There is a TP coming in that he doesn't spot out. You see everyone heading top. He saw that rotation. They smoked up as well, but it looks like Evil Geniuses know that something's happening. Zai is ready to go. We'll see how things turn out here in just a moment.
I feel like this Wisp is... Well, maybe not. We'll see. He's in trouble, but he might not die. The way the game was meant to be played, with one person disconnected, the true Dota 1 experience. Oh, with Drow dying.
That's true. Yeah, they saw that rotation, and for some reason, kind of just let it happen. RTZ gets killed top lane, and FNG getting dope Venomous Gale is going to hit. The Supernova might fly out. There's the Fire Spirits. Doesn't even need the Supernova, right? Yeah. And they will take this tier 1 tower.
So, yeah, I guess with the tower, it's a somewhat favorable trade for EG, but
Phobos is going to split, and they will take the tower. Yes, PPD will not be so lucky to stay alive. Pounce out of fear. He's going to try to TP away. Boulder Toss. Oh, they do have the lift coming up from the Cyclone. I thought Boulder Toss was going to go. Supernova might come in, and no, I don't think so. They're just going to let Fear die, and 4 versus 5. Look at this.
That was actually really good decision-making from DK Phobos. I think what he did was he actually did toss the boulder and he still decided to lift because I'm pretty sure the travel time of the boulder would have let the TP finish.
Yes. So, all right. Maybe this is what Virtus.pro Polar needed. 4 versus 5. They needed Illidan to not be playing the game and have him microed.
I wish I could do the movie voice so I could be like, when the odds are against them.
I can't do that, man. I bet I could try, but I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to embarrass myself. I've done that enough today.
Wow. So self-deprecating.
Yeah, man. I'm all about that self-deprecating humor. That's the only way I live. RTZ picks up a smoke, and he's gonna head towards Roche. It looks like RTZ Roche at this early on in the game. Can he do it? They do have a medallion. PPD picks up a haste rune. They did see him.
Do they have a medallion? Does PPD has one?
He has one flying out currently, or it was on him. I don't know what happened to it.
Visage?
Maybe I'm crazy. I think it might be Visage. I think I'm actually just insane. Yeah, it's on Visage. I'm crazy.
Even so, Giraud's a pretty damn good Roche sneaker just because she has marksmanship. I would have maybe waited until marksmanship too, but then again, looks like Polar's gonna totally. Like,
they didn't see it. The observer ward was a bit too far away, I think, and PPD kind of he went this direction.
I guess it didn't even see Dazzle.
And then he went like back in. Yeah. And obviously the smoke coming out, so they're gonna jump on mid. Supernova onto Mag, and there's no way he could take that down with his right click. He'll fall to Zai. The Phoenix, the Supernova, he'll refresh everything. He's up to 1,400 gold with that kill as well.
Really, really, really big for EG. The Aegis combined with the Roche gold and XP for those 3 heroes combined with the kill on critical target in the form of the Tidehunter. That's very, very big. I wonder, did they have this ward placed when
Yes, they did.
PPD
I believe.
walked in.
Yeah,
so
sure.
He definitely should have been seen. I think that was a mistake.
He walked like this way. I guess he would have been seen here. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I think he must have been on vision, but maybe not. But even so, they definitely sort of let that slip through their fingers, and that is a pretty. I mean, I won't call it a turnaround because they weren't behind per se, but it's very big for EG.
Yeah, that does help them a lot. Obviously, it gives more room for RTZ, getting him the just like you talked about. And I want to talk about something that's, well, hold that thought. Phobos is gonna just be able to jump in. There is gonna be the relocate coming out from Illidan, and FNG Fear is not gonna be so lucky as to survive this time around. And well, at least if that's all they get, if Zai can maybe stay alive, he doesn't have the usage of his Icarus dive. He is dead as hell. Good relocate, good usage of that split from DK Phobos. They pretty much have to do that on cooldown when you think about it. They have to do it.
I believe this is one of Phobos' most played heroes. As
I believe it is his most played hero.
He definitely knows how to manage this hero, and he's played it very well. He plays this in Puck, I think, or his main too.
His Puck is quite good as well. Speaking of Puck, Universe's top lane pushing into the tier 1 tower. Phase shift, he's going to get jumped on. Blank Ravage, Universe was not expecting that. He is done. They do take the tower, but at what cost? Yeah, I said it. RTZ.
I can specify the exact cost. One Puck.
Silence, FNG, right click RTZ, gets the kill. Pounce, misses, TP coming out, RTZ's fine. And they're going mid, Icarus dive. They're going to take down nobody. As they TP away, I believe that was DK Phobos. That would have been huge. Micro skills, smiley face.
It must be FNG controlling the Slark because the Pounce missed too. I think maybe even 2 Pounces missed.
I mean that's impressive though, man. To be able to control the IO and
it's
obviously
really
the Slark.
hard. Yeah,
it's not easy.
It's no joke.
StarCraft 2 professional micro level coming out from Virtus.pro Polar.
Maybe not quite that much, but definitely a lot.
They have vision of the gang coming through the jungle. They had that observer ward there, and Illidan is just like, please don't kill me. And he's actually so fast that they have no idea where he is currently. It's just kind of awkward. It's
very nice of them to save all the money on the Slark and not buy anything, just because, like, who knows what the hell Illidan wanted to buy, right? Like,
well, you can't. I don't think you can buy anything when he's disconnected. Can you?
You can't. Oh yeah, you're right. You can't even get anything anyway.
We talked about this the other day. I think with
you should just buy TP. I think. Oh, you can't. Right, because we just
cannot buy anything.
That is so grim.
It's like the worst thing. It happened yesterday or 2 days ago when Virtus.pro were playing, and like I forget who was playing. It was like G got disconnected or something, and they couldn't buy any items despite him having like 4,000 gold.
That is really.
And he would reconnect, buy an item, then disconnect again. So at least he'd have items to work with.
Yikes. Actually, that's a big problem because Slark has to deliver so much of their damage that not being able to advance his items possibly for the rest of the game is bad.
These Virtus.pro squads really need, I think, some better internet because both of them have had issues in the past.
You mean the country of Russia needs better internet? Sure.
I guess so, man. It's unfortunate because this game should have been a lot. I mean, it still is very close, and it's not you know. It's still winnable if you look at Virtus.pro Polar.
It's winnable. He should be back soon, I guess. Because they said 5 minutes, and that was about 5 minutes ago. So.
I hope so. Universe and Zai were looking to jump in, but Zai is in trouble. Icarus Stuff's going to come through. Or they're going to try to turn this fight around, and it looks like Dream Coral onto Illidan. There's going to be the split, and now Arteezy gets a kill. No, the relocate out. That's huge. But now you've left Mag alone, or DK Phobos, excuse me, PPD, getting chased down.
I think they can try to turn it. He should just blink in and ravage as soon as they come back.
Lil is going to get silenced up. Arteezy getting jumped in on, and now the pounce as well. Arteezy, there's the Aegis going. Mag pops the Ravage as well. Universe is dead. And they did not kill the Slark, I believe. Supernova is going to go. Arteezy pounced up as well. Manta Styles, he's still in trouble. The Gust going. He might die. Supernova saves his life, but the Visage Birds need one hit to do their job. Arteezy getting chased down. They do get the kill. It's Lil with the double kill, and now they're looking for more. Laser, at least they get FNG for Zai, but it's 4 dead. Fear was not there the entire time. It was a 4 versus 5 engagement, and that was just disastrous for Evil Geniuses. In Virtus.pro Polar, 4 versus 5. They don't even give a damn.
Yeah,
good micro from FNG.
Really good. I mean, they got the Aegis off as well, so Artur died twice. He did miss a Gust. It's really tricky to time, like really tricky to time, but he did miss it. He wasn't able to push Slark and silence Io and Slark at the same time. He tried, he just whiffed by about a second. But yeah, Fear off to the side. You saw that classic Jimmy's thread?
Yeah, I did, yes.
Fear making a little bit of the classic Clinton plays here. But that's not fair. I mean, he doesn't
no such thing.
Anyway, yeah, that's very bad for EG, obviously. Slark now will have even more gold when he comes back, 4.4k. Like, their power is almost deceptive right now, because this is a full item and a half that Slark could have. Or, you know, most of a Scotty if he wanted to. Probably all of them.
That is the unfortunate thing. Illidan is playing currently with just treads, and when he gets those items and he gets back into the game, I can't imagine how Evil Geniuses are going to respond.
And he's doing work with that. Yeah. But to be fair, if Venno was at that fight, then it's very easy for EG, I believe, because a lot of VP Polar heroes were very low for a large portion of that fight.
That's just one of those decisions that you make as Evil Geniuses that you maybe regret. Even if you have Aegis, there's just too much damage coming out. The Ravage obviously being the biggest factor, I think, in DK Phobos' split as well. And it's so tough to stop him from doing it, because Phobos is doing the right thing. He's not jumping, clapping, and splitting. He's jumping and splitting.
And split is such a good time waster as well. If you cyclone the important heroes, then the other team feels compelled. They can't just leave that person there if it's like Artur or whatever, right? So they want to fight, and then that wastes, like, at the beginning of that fight, nobody was there, right? And in fact, they had to bail Io and Slark out of the fight for the full duration of a relocate. And Brew, by himself, basically, managed to waste so much time that it meant Tide could enter the fight, Slark and Io could come back, Visage could do work, and they could completely turn it. Like, that's the power of a Brew, to just delay team fights and spread them out and make
They needed to focus down that Io more so than they did. I think he was focusing down the Slark first and foremost, and that's not, I mean, I know you want to kill Illidan, but, like, you want to make sure that Io can't relocate any single hero out of the engagement, and I think FNG's squishy enough that if you shoot him 3 or 4 times, he'll just die.
For sure.
You don't want him to get any more than he can get in this game. And
but, I mean, EG is still stacking Ancients. Obviously, they're a little beefier than they used to be, but it's not like it's a Tide farming them slowly. It's Arteezy, who's level 13. Has that Manta style, by the way, and going to go straight for, it looks like, BKB afterwards. The Manta, with this, he should be able to clear the stack very quickly.
Ravage on his eye. Solo Ravage used just to get the kill. He is dead for 36 seconds.
Wow.
And I don't know. That seems that's probably fine, because using a Ravage early on in the game to get a solo kill is okay, but
yeah,
I don't know if that's super worth it. It's tough to make that call.
They don't really want to, like, 5-man and try to, like, win the game until they get 5 people, right? Like, so I think they want to sort of just get kills, get a gold lead, and then use that when Illidan comes back to fill up the Slark with items and then do stuff.
The problem is I'm concerned. Oh, there he is. He is reconnected to the game. Illidan Storm Rage. What's his next item going to be? He has 6,000 gold in the bank. Speaking of which,
Definitely
Fear is going to get jumped on top, blinks away, and it should be the Scotty. Illidan has reconnected. It's now going to get even more tough for Evil Geniuses, as, of course, they had a nice bit of leisurely time when he was gone, and even still lost a fight in that period of time. And I'm sure Illidan is more than happy. Illidan's like, wow, you guys did great while I was gone.
For sure, yeah. Like, it's not like you come back and your entire team lost.
Oh, no. Fear does get the Radiant Courier. So much for getting that Scotty. And
wow, yeah, that was the point booster, I guess? So he's just like, all right, fine. S and Y it is.
He actually, he could have just gone Scotty and waited. He even could go to, like, the secret shop and just bought it out himself, and it would have been fine. But Still is very fast now. It's going to be very difficult to take him down. Frost arrows will do a lot, but will it be enough? They don't actually have any real disables other than Dream Coil on the side of Evil Geniuses, so...
And because the SNY is cheaper than the Scotty would have been, now he can even get Blink after 2 creep waves. So he'll have Blink, SNY, which is great, I think. Meanwhile, Zai, he's going with a build that I think is pretty smart. He's getting the Atos. I think this is a good item on Phoenix in general, but particularly because it's a very efficient, tremendous boost to your mana pool for not that much money. So it's a great item for strength casters in general, and I think especially for Phoenix.
Well, Phoenix is going to be sitting back behind Fear. They might try to jump in, but there are 2 heroes here. Mag's ready with a Ravage, I believe, on cooldown for 25 seconds, but... Lil would be a good target. He does almost have his Aghanim Scepter. They're trying to take down these Visage Birds, not quite able to get there. Fear will blink away, relocate top lane. Good blink from Fear. I don't know if they can get to it, but it is very speedy Slark that is going to go through Gush, and Fear's going to get his Poison Nova off, but he will end up falling here. And another kill going the way of Illidan.
By the way, EG actually blocked the Ancient Stack completely.
Phobos? Is Phobos dead? Split is going to get off, and now RTZ has to hightail it out of there. He's going to try to TP. This is not going to work. Cyclone up in the air, and RTZ might be in some trouble here. They're also rotating a lot of the heroes.
For the maximum. Oh,
good boulder toss, and RTZ needs to get graved here by PPD rather soon. Supernova's going to go in, and it's going to zone them out a bit further. They can't really chase. Phobos is low. One right click, gets stunned up. Zai is going to pop up the Fire Spirits, and they get the kill. Big turnaround there. FNG in some trouble as well. He does tether up to... Nope, that laser doesn't do much there. He tethers up to Illidan, and now a 1-for-1 exchange with, of course, Fear dying across that. But getting DK Phobos is huge. Universe is going to get jumped on. Cyclone to get him out of there. He has Blink in 1 second, and he will make it away. He's going to TP out as well.
The main thing is, too, is Artur got out. So that's very, very big that they managed to keep the Drow alive. He was, if he had died, I think just the loss of the Unreliable that he had would have pushed him below being able to get a BKB immediately. Instead, he manages to finish it and get a TP.
He's going to need to get an MKB this game, I think, against the Brewmaster, because... He would have killed him had it not been for the mist coming out. They're going to catch out Dazzle again, and Illidan and FNG have been combining up to get a lot of kills. This is very tough for Evil Geniuses now because there's no real area that's safe on the map anymore because of these 2 heroes.
Right. I mean, to be fair, the BKB will turn off the... You can't Drunken Haze somebody who's BKB, and BKB will clear any existing Drunken Haze. So for a while he's set. I wouldn't necessarily rush an MKB here.
No. But Roshan is back up. There's a double damage rune as well. Nobody has vision over the pit currently. Even this Observer Ward that has been placed just recently, which they must love this ward. With the exception of this double damage rune, they don't see much else. And Mag does have Ravage, though. You have to be very careful. He's going to blink it. He's going to take it as well.
That's so funny.
Yule Scepter, they can maybe kill him. The Gusted go. They're not going to jaunt, though. That's kind of awkward.
It's actually worth even if they kill him, I think.
Poison Nova on the backside. Fear getting caught out by Lil on the other side of things. Icarus Dive going up. RTZ's forced to pop the BKB. He's going to have to try to get out. He's not going to make it. The right click is too good from Virtus.pro Polar. Egg is still going. Zai still stays alive. He's going to Icarus Dive away, and he should be okay for the time being.
I wonder why he split. Did he think that the microbrews don't get stunned? Because they do. I don't think that was a completely useless split, unfortunately, from Phobos.
Atos going in. They're trying to catch out Mag here. He does have Ravage ready to go. Universe is maybe going to... Oh, he is. He's just going to TP out, though. He actually is going to make it. Universe has no damage. And Zai is getting chased down by the birds. He's going to die. The creeps are going to kill him. Oh, my gosh. Zai is sad. He is salty. I'd be as well.
That is definitely salt-worthy. That's unfortunate. And, of course, he had to run away because they were harassing him down so much that he wasn't able to deliver any more damage on the Tide. Maybe if he had accepted his death, they could actually have gotten Tide Hunter, but...
Yeah, he actually just kind of ran away, and
it
really didn't do anything for them being able to kill Mag. And all of a sudden, everyone is very tanky, even with the amount of damage that Arteez is pumping out. Like, this game is suddenly going down the drain for Evil Geniuses, and Virtus.pro are getting all of the items they need to be able to contest.
Slark is so rich. Yeah. He even made a second Orb of Venom to finish the Scotty. All right.
He wants his first Orb of Venom, man.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, but all right.
Pounce going in. Fear getting chased down. Fear's like, please help me, somebody. I don't want to yell for a second. Weave onto Illidan. Illidan will not chase any further. He will Dark Pact, but will not get rid of Weave. Zai, he pounces on top of him. Icarus Dive's going to go through. BKB pops, and they're chasing RTZ out of the pit currently. Shadow Dance, and RTZ does pop off a silence, but he's getting slowed up. You can see the Scotty, the Grave Chill, everything. He is going to get graved up, but he's still dead. RTZ, Blink, Dream Quill, Waning Rift. He's going to jaunt away. He's down on the backside of this, and FNG and him are going toe-to-toe. But without RTZ, I don't think there's any way they can win this fight. Phase shift, trying to blink away, not going to happen. Our Universe dies again. Poison Nova on the high ground from Fear. He does get a couple there. He still is going to get clapped up and just beat down. Lil gets the kill on that one. It's 3 dead. Supernova going in. PPD trying to stop it. Split's going to go through. And, well, GG is called. That's it. Evil Geniuses, they know that they've lost this game, and they're going to give it up. It looked really good for them for a period of time, but...
It looks alright, yeah, but they just couldn't manage. And the Slark really, they just... I mean, Polar really just managed to hold on, get kills, stop fights, and, like, keep the game steady until the really high net worth Slark could come back, take back over, and just become an unanswerable threat. So